Hey everybody, I'm John Brinkman, president of Icy Breeze. I like to kind of take a few minutes when I have a chance to make these videos. We get a lot of questions on how do you use these things for pets, for traveling. We know a lot of you that do field trials, pet shows, all the way down to just traveling with friends and family, with your pets and you having to deal with the heat issues, going to the store, just having to leave them outside for any length of period of time when it's warm. So this video is going to start off with me just showing you the basics. I'm going to go through the simple stuff. I know you guys are busy. Some of you won't have a chance to watch all the way to the end. But for the ones of you that want to get into the real details of the accessories, kind of how things work with the AC unit, we're going to do that at the end of the video for the ones that don't mind a longer video. But what an Icy Breeze is, in case you don't know, we've been selling these for just about 7 years now. We've sold hundreds of thousands of them. And we found one of our big customer bases are people with pets. We get questions all the time of, well, how do I use it in my vehicle? How do I travel with the pet? How do I keep them cool? How do I make sure that they're safe? So we're going to answer some of those. But first, what is the Icy Breeze? The Icy Breeze is a portable air conditioner. It's not a swamp cooler. It's not like one of those do-it-yourself where you cut a hole in the top of the lid and blow a fan across ice. I'm going to talk about that later when we go into some of the details. But it's a true air conditioner, blows ice cold, dry air, and it blows about the same speed and temperature as an AC vent in your car blowing on high. So it really works. And what makes it really unique compared to anything out there is it does that all on a rechargeable battery that you can take anywhere. So it's completely portable if you're at those shows, at a campground, anywhere where there's not power. This battery, this is the 10 amp hour optional battery, it will run the unit for 6+ hours on a single charge. So a couple batteries will run it all day if you need it to. Now, we also have some additional cords I'll talk about later. You can power it off the wall. You can power it off your cigarette lighter. But the Icy Breeze is a portable AC, but it's also a cooler. So you basically fill it with ice. You can put your drinks in it. You can use it just like any cooler that's out on the market. As a matter of fact, it has twice the amount of foam that the leading brand coolers have, and I'm going to show you that at the end of this well. So these things are built extremely well. All no-break plastics. They have a full lifetime warranty, your fault or ours. That's full lifetime warranty. If you drop this thing out of the back of the truck and it breaks one of the hinges, you call us, it's under warranty, your fault or ours. It's proudly made right here in Sweetwater, Texas, right in the USA. There's not many products out there that can offer a lifetime warranty made in the USA that are quality products. And the reason for that is if they're not quality, we couldn't stay in business. And so these things are good quality units. They really work. And so some of the questions that people ask is, how do I keep my car cool in the summertime? The quick answer to that is these are not designed to cool your entire car. Now they can make a difference, absolutely. I mean, they're blowing ice cold air. But what we ask people to do is just be safe. Take these units. They're portable. You can actually just take them, set them beside your kennel in your vehicle, and there's a flex hose. Flex hose, just angle it towards your kennel that's in your vehicle. It's going to cool this. To give you an idea, you're actually going to want to slide this a little bit further away from your kennel because the air that's coming out of here is very cold, and it could cool it down to where it's too cool for your pet. So we say kind of move it back, get a feel for the temperature, and then go from there. But you don't, in most cases, you don't want to take this hose and just take it and just blow it full blast into the kennel because it's not like it's, terribly cold, but if you're sitting in front of an AC vent in your car and it's blowing right on your face, eventually it gets a little bit too cold. So just kind of adjust it back to a good distance away to where it's blowing. By doing this with a kennel, whether you're outside at the shows, having to keep kennels cool, whether you're traveling with your pet in the back of the SUV, it's always safer to put your pet in a travel impact resistant crate. This kennel right here is an impact kennel. These are one of the best ones that I've found on the market for traveling. They're heavy duty, they're built well, they're impact resistant, they're virtually indestructible. And I love it because they're made right here in the USA, just like the Icy Breeze is. So, always great to pair up two awesome products. So these impact crates work really well. So when you're traveling, like I said, cooling off an entire van, a big SUV, a Suburban. Trying to do that takes a lot of air conditioner, but you don't have to do that to be effective. You don't need to cool your entire SUV when you go into the store. What you need to do is cool the space that your pet is in. Now, I want to add a little disclaimer here because I think this is important. You want to make sure whether you're leaving your pet in the vehicle with the car running or with the IcyBreeze. The IcyBreeze is extremely reliable, just like your car is reliable, but anything can happen. And if a car shuts off, if the IcyBreeze shuts off, if something happens, you know, they're very inexpensive, these little wireless remote detectors. You can buy those and be able to run them directly to your phone. So if an emergency heat comes up and it rises to a high temperature, then all you have to do is it will come to your phone, an alert pops up, and then you know, crap, I need to get back to the vehicle, make sure my pet's okay. With that, then you have the security of knowing that your pet's taken care of. When you're inside, it's not on the back of your mind. It's always better to be safe than sorry because anything can happen. And so, you know, we have a few adapters, pieces like this. Now, this is something that Shopback actually makes. It's got 4 holes. You can actually just cut a hole in the side of your kennel, and this goes in the hole, just bolts on. And the hose itself, our hose, actually just will snap onto it like that, and it will lock into your kennel. Now, a second ago, I told you that it was important not to blow it directly into your kennel. What that is used for, especially our working dogs in the summer. I've got labs, so when we're working for our master hunter and titles and things like that in the field, I've got a German short-haired pointer. It gets hot, and those dogs, you know, they're excited. They work hard. They get overheated. They don't know when to stop. If you need to get your dog safe in a kennel, get them rapidly cooled down, get them back into the safe zone, get that hose in there, connect it to the kennel, get them cooled down, and get them back to their safe zone. This absolutely works great for that. And so I want to talk to you. Now this is going to be some more of we talked about what it does, the basics. Now for the ones of you that stayed with me and want to know some of the extra stuff, like you're thinking I might want to buy this, tell me a little bit more. So that's what this part of the video is about. You can power this in 3 different ways. We have and these cords are long. They're about between 8 and 9 foot long. We've got a 12-volt cigarette car adapter that you can use. We also have a 110 wall plug adapter you can use. So you can power it, and each of the units are the same. So you don't have to have one unit for 110, one for battery. It's the same unit. You just pick the way that you want to power it. So you can go 110, 12-volt cigarette adapter, or the batteries. And we have 2 different sizes of batteries, and you can check those out on our website. And they're simple, just simple batteries. They snap onto our charger, plug into the wall. They take about 3 hours roughly to charge. And so you can buy multiple batteries if you want. A lot of people ask, what do we do if we have 2 kennels of multiple dogs? We have a dual AC kit, okay? This hose is flexible. All you have to do, it's modular, snap it on. We have extension tubes, so if you just have one dog and you want to be able to reach over to the kennel, you can buy these. Now the dual AC kit actually comes with 2 of these, so that way you can split it, but they're very simple. They just snap together. Then you can run over and run into one of your other kennels. You can run this one over into a separate kennel, and you can cool multiple pets at the same time that way. Now, obviously we're talking about pets, but you can use this. You know, this product is not just for pets. This product is for people who camp, people who go to sporting events, travel, tailgating, whatever you do outside in the heat. The IcyBreeze can be used for that. And so it's very versatile. Even when you don't need the air conditioner, it's one of the best coolers on the market. So it's just, people ask, how much is it? Guys, these are only $279 plus the power accessories you want. You can't buy one of these for $279, and it's just a cooler, and these have twice the amount of foam in them that these coolers right here have. They're gonna keep ice just as well, but they've got an air conditioner built in for the same price. Made in America, lifetime warranty, they work. And so I wanna show you guys a couple extra things. Icy block, because we get a lot of questions. How long does the ice last? That's a kind of a complicated question because there's all different kinds of ice. Some people take ice from a convenience store. It's already wet and melted. They dump it in. Obviously, there's not as much energy in that ice left as some good, hard, frozen, solid ice that you dump in. Has the cooler been sitting out in the sun? Is it hot? Is it going to take some of the energy of the ice just to cool it down? Are you dumping a 12-pack of hot Dr. Peppers in there that's going to use some of the ice? But what the IcyBreeze in general is designed to do is to cool. I'm going out this afternoon to do this. I'm going to the ball fields to watch the kids play a couple ball games for 2, 3, 4 hours. I'm going camping and I need to be able to, it's hot at night when I go to sleep. I want to be able to cool the tent off, cool me off, and be able to go to sleep. This is not designed to run 24 hours a day and just no maintenance, because they do use ice. Everything uses something for power. You can haul a big old air conditioner around and a big loud generator, but the simple fact of the matter is every 3 to 4 hours, you're gonna have to take a gas can and dump more gas in it because everything uses power. So what we tell people is these things will absolutely run 24 hours a day. They're built to last forever, but you're gonna have to put more ice in them about every few hours. So now this is bag ice. So you're gonna expect 2, 3 plus hours of really ice cold blowing air. Now that's continuous runtime. So if it's not running all the time, you're turning it off and on, obviously it's longer than that. That's just the actual runtime. So that's a long time. You're talking about taking 100-degree air and making it ice cold, not having to use any gas, not having to leave your vehicle run. If you need it to run longer than that, it's no big deal. All you got to do, take an extra ice chest with you, throw a few bags of ice in there. When you need some more ice, pitch a bag of ice in it. That's simple to do. Ice is cheap. When it's hot, just simply another ice chest. That's the same thing if you've got a generator. If you got to have extra gas cans with you. So you just have a little bit of power. Now a little pointer. We sell these icy blocks. You can see the ribs and the design for these. They're designed to lay flat in the bottom. You can stack 3 high. And what these do, the larger blocks of ice will actually last considerably longer than the bag ice. Bag ice is going to be colder and it's going to blow ice cold air, but because it's smaller blocks of ice, those ice will melt a little faster. These large blocks of ice won't be quite as cold, but it's going to last a lot longer than it takes them to melt those big blocks of ice. So you can actually buy these. These are $15. You can buy them on the site when you're making your purchase. Buy 3 of them. Freeze it, and they're nice because they actually just slide in your freezer and they take up just a small amount of space, but you're getting a huge amount of ice. And so these things are very, very handy. They're designed to expand. You can see these little ridges. They're designed for water to flow around them to cool it faster. So those work very well. For those that are running it in the back of the vehicle, we also have an 8-foot corded remote. So if you need to, that way you're not having to turn it on and off when you go back in the back with your pet and turn it on. Simply have this run up to your seat. When you go into the store, click it on and the IcyBreeze is running. When you get back to your car, you can start it up. Just shut that off, saves the battery and your ice. Want to show you a couple things. I'll tell you what, before I do that, I want to explain, I promised you that I would tell you the difference between a swamp cooler and an air conditioner. I got gray hairs, extra gray hairs, because of all of the comments that I've got to deal with. People say, that's just a swamp cooler. I can build that for $60. It's going to blow wet, sticky air. Guys, please save me a few more gray hairs on this side by listening to this part of the video and understanding the very, very important difference between a swamp cooler and a true air conditioner. The definition of an air conditioner, something that's going to pull moisture out of the air, so it's going to dehumidify the air, and it's going to pull the heat out of the air, so it's basically going to go from warm air to cold air. So dry, cold air is what an air conditioner is, conditioning the air, pulling the moisture out. A swamp cooler is exactly opposite of that. Swamp cooler is when you got water dripping down something, you have air blowing across it, maybe you got a bucket full of ice, you blow the air through the ice, it picks up moisture and it blows out and it feels good. 2 problems with that. One is it's wet, sticky. The other problem is it doesn't last very long. And then of course, if you are in humid areas like Florida, South Texas, those type of things, they don't work very well because if your air is already high in humidity, it can't pick up more moisture to cool it off. But here's what makes the IcyBreeze work. People associate an air conditioner with a compressor. It's got to have a compressor. It's not an air conditioner. Bull. That's not the truth. That's absolutely not true. What it requires is coolant to run through a coil, for air to run across that coil. It's not coming in contact with the ice and the water. It's hitting the coil itself, the metal coil itself, just like the air handler in your AC or in your car. When the air runs across this coil, it rapidly cools it. And when air is rapidly cooled, any moisture that's in the air sticks to the coil and then drips off. That's why underneath your car or your house, you've always got water running when your air conditioner, because it's pulling the moisture out. So what our patented system does is, because the reason that there is no portable air conditioner in the world, there is no true portable air conditioner, because they all have to be plugged into a wall. They all got these big vents and condensation lines. They're dripping everywhere. This thing is truly portable. It's all self-contained. There is no exhaust lines. You can put it right in the tent with you. Doesn't give off any heat. The condensation drips back into the cooler for it to be recirculated and used, so there's no lines. There's no compressor. The compressor is the part of an AC that makes it not able to be portable, because the amount of power it takes. Our patented system uses a pump instead of a compressor. And the coolant we use instead of Freon is the ice cold water running through the coil. So it's still a coolant running through the coil, but instead of Freon, we use the ice cold water. And the actual coil gets just as cold. The trade-off there is instead of having power to plug it into the wall, we're using the ice. So eventually you are going to run out of ice and you'll need to throw some more in. So that's your trade-off, because this is absolutely an air conditioner. There's no doubt about it. There's no argument to be made. If it's a fact, it dehumidifies the air, it blows ice cold air harder and colder. And I've got a cooler running outside that I'm fixing to show you out in the warehouse. It's too cool in here. I wanted to go out there where it's hot, and I've got a temp gauge gun I'm going to show you. But I want to show you one other thing. Look here. This is our very good, high quality cooler. Okay, it's a good cooler. You're looking at about 1.5 inches of foam. Our cooler, you're looking at over 2.5 inches of foam. Now, one of the things that you want to pay attention to, see how thick that plastic is? Do you see how thin this plastic is? These coolers are not where they're considered roto-molded coolers. These coolers are not considered to be really good because of how much ice they hold. Now, they do a good job holding ice, but they're good coolers because of how thick the plastic is, that roto-molded cooler. So they're bear resistant. You can stand on them in a boat. You can throw them out of the back of the truck. That's what makes these things good. However, because of that, they also are heavy. They're bulky. They're hard to carry around. That's where we came in. We actually have twice the amount of foam, so they'll keep the ice as longer than the best ones on the market. But we use a blow molded plastic, which is very, very durable. It will last you absolutely forever, but it's a quarter of the weight. And so we're able to put wheels and handles, and this thing on dry, without ice in it, only weighs 16 pounds. It weighs less than half, and it keeps ice just as long. And so let's go outside and I'm going to start here. I'm going to do one of these selfie type moments where we're walking to the warehouse. But I did the warehouse out here because I wanted to be able to go where it was warm. As you can see, everybody asked, how loud is it? As you can see, that's running right there. That's blowing 25 miles per hour. I mean, it's blowing hard. The temperature, 47 degrees, 39, 40, 39 degrees, 42, 39.7. It is blowing ice cold air. And so, other than our compressor kicking on in the background, it's actually very, very quiet. So I'm going to come back inside here. I know this is not your normal type of video ads that you see, but I just wanted to take the time to show you all these, to answer those questions. Guys, if y'all have any questions, let us know. We'll be happy to have you as an IcyBreeze customer. www.icybreeze.com, and the system will customize and walk through everything that you need. If you have any questions, let us know. Thanks.